Hello, my name's Laura Gibson. I've been practicing law for 36 years. I first started at a mid-sized firm, made partner there, then had the opportunity to open my own firm where I worked for 24 years, and now work at Denton's Houston office, a small office of a large law firm. And I know from those experiences that no matter where you practice, the practice of law is hard. I am honored that I am a candidate for President-elect of the State Bar of Texas. If I am elected, I will focus on transparency. I will focus on knowing what you need and what you want as members of our state bar. You know, I didn't get involved in bar activities until I had my own firm. And I did it because I needed the company of other lawyers, and I needed referral sources to get more business. And I got involved at the Houston Bar Association level, working on a committee. After that, I was fortunate enough to be involved in the labor and employment section of the Houston Bar, and I worked my way up to chair the section. And as a member of the section, I had seen that there were times where members who attended our monthly luncheons were not greeted by leadership and didn't feel as welcome as they might have. So when I had the opportunity to chair the section, I recruited plaintiffs' employment lawyers to join our council. And I talked to our council members about the fact that I wanted them to act as ambassadors to our members, that I wanted them to treat our monthly lunches like it was an event at their own home that they were hosting, that they should go up and greet members that looked like they didn't know anyone there, that they should invite people they didn't know to sit with them, and make sure that everyone in our group felt welcome. Later, I got involved in leadership at the state bar level. I had been asked previously to be a speaker at the Texas Minority Council program, and I saw what a fabulous program that was. I started attending it, and after doing so for several years, I came to the conclusion that there were a lot of people who attended who didn't feel part of the group after the Thursday program ended. And so I volunteered to be on the steering committee. And one of the first things I did as a steering committee member was to suggest that we create a dine-around program so that we could encourage people to go to dinners with other people who were in attendance at the conference so that they felt part of the group and that they felt more welcome to come back to the hotel and participate in the casino program. And I'm so proud that the dine-around program still exists and is one of the things that people who attend the TMCP like the most. I tell you all of that by way of wanting you to know that I have been committed to inclusiveness in our bar for a very, very long time, and I will continue to do so. I spent a great deal of time this summer thinking about how I could make our bar better. And I've come up with 3 initiatives that I hope to implement if I'm elected. The first one is called All Rise. It's going to be a mentorship program for newly licensed lawyers that is going to be local to each community. And the state bar would be involved in matching lawyers in small groups that are diverse. And there would be quarterly meetings that the state bar gets involved in to facilitate interactions with these groups so that they can put on programming for the small groups. And in the interim, the small groups will be meeting on a monthly basis on a self-initiated basis. And we hope that those lawyers become more connected to their community, that they share best practices and good ideas, and that they feel like they have a support group within their community. The second initiative I would like to initiate is called the We Care program, and it would be designed to help those of our members who may be at risk for death by suicide, as indicated by the fact that they may be embroiled in the grievance system or they may be using the services of TLAF. And this was modeled by a doctor, a psychiatrist in 1976 named Dr. Jerry Motto. And he cared for patients who'd been hospitalized for risk of suicide or depression. And what he started doing is he wrote caring letters to half of the group, quarterly letters that were typewritten, no more than 2 sentences, signed by someone who was in a leadership role, telling those patients that they were cared about and that their well-being mattered. And what they found is that in 2 years, the patients who received those letters, their death by suicide rate dropped by half of those who didn't receive the letters. And I think doing something so simple could help a great number of lawyers in our community, and I'm committed to that program. The last program I want to talk to you about is the Lean In Grievance Support Program. And it would be modeled after our succession planning program, where lawyers have been able to designate custodians to succeed their practice in turning those files back over to the clients if something happened to that lawyer. With the Lean In program, if a lawyer had a grievance filed against them and didn't respond, the state bar would be entitled to notify the grievance support attorney to encourage that grievance support attorney to contact the lawyer and encourage that lawyer to file a response with the state bar. Those are three of my simple initiatives that I think really could help our bar in meaningful ways. Finally, I wanted to tell you that I encourage you to go to my website. It's Laura Gibson Justice for All. And on my website, you will be able to sign up for my weekly tips for Texas lawyers. You'll also be able to look at some other resources I have available, including videos amplifying on those tips. And you'll be able to see more about my initiatives and the lawyers who support me. I'm a strong leader. I'm a dedicated leader. There's no one in this state that can outwork me. And I have my concerns for our lawyers, and I want to serve you. I would appreciate your vote. Thank you for your time.